It's no surprise that the first-person shooter genre is one of the most sought-out areas in the gaming industry between consumers and developers. This prompted me to seek out the roots of the genre that has garnished such popular AAA titles such as Call of Duty and Battlefield, but obviously they weren't the innovators of the genre. It's true that many of the recent titles are household names, but they all have some ancestors that started the FPS trend, possibly even before you were born that are watching this video right now. Many believe that the game Wolfenstein pioneered the FPS genre, but that's really not the case. Let's dive into the insanity that is Doom. Recently, I have been really enjoying everything that's related to Doom. Posters, shirts, toys, movies. Okay, well not really the movies honestly. Like seriously, what is it?
Why did it pop?
But besides that, the games are by far the most enjoyable in the franchise. The over-the-top action of 2016's Doom remake really pushed me back into the game. But wait, what exactly is Doom? I mean, honestly, if you haven't heard of Doom, I don't know how you call yourself a gamer, but that's besides the point. The action, first-person shooter of the last few generations has players take control of the most badass character in existence. He is known as Doomguy, and as Doomguy, we get to wade through the hordes of hell itself and take down some of the nastiest and most brutal enemies ever created inside of video games. You're probably thinking, Doom, whatever, Doomguy? What a stupid character, demons? The graphics suck, man. Well, you're wrong. Doom is more than just a gratuitous, violent murder fest with aged pixels, okay? There's a surprisingly deep story here. The most important part of that story, though, is that Doomguy's pet rabbit Daisy was killed, and this honestly covers 99% of why he's killing all the demons inside of hell. At the time of the first film adaptation of Doom, starring with the not-so-then-swole Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, co-owner of ID Software and artist of the studio Kevin Cloud had these words to say while creating the original game.
What we want to do is take that type of that first-person action, that adrenaline-pumping action, and take it to a new level.
With Wolfenstein, the original before Doom, the levels weren't all that diverse between each stage. That was because of a hardware limitation at the time. Co-owner of ID Software, John Carmack, was able to create more freeform based levels inside of Doom than he ever could with Wolfenstein, which ultimately began the diversification of the first-person genre itself. His direction became the staple in the industry that many developers would come to copy in the following years. And that's where the whole entire thing of becoming a Doom copy became so popular. People were proud to be a Doom copier. CEO Todd Hollinshead said it himself.
It was really the game that popularized the whole first-person shooter genre.
But besides that, it was the first game in the first-person genre to have no censorship whatsoever to hold it back. There was gore, there was violence, there was abominations from hell, and you could make all this action occur as a player. You could even maul demons with a freaking chainsaw. This was really a time in gaming where none of those features had ever been seen before inside of a game, and it made us players feel fantastic about it. All was good in the eyes of the consumers, though, by the time Doom 3 had been rumored to be in development from ID Software. The whole community had an image of what they were expecting Doom 3 to be, and ID Software honestly, ultimately, completely changed that outlook that players had. So upon releasing the trailer of Doom 3, the fans were taken back a little bit. It appeared that their favorite game had been turned from a carnage fest into a horror first-person shooter game. And ultimately, that was true in the end. It did change a lot of those formats from the original to Doom 3. But the numerous complaints about Doom 3's changes upon release were addressed in the DLC, which was titled Resurrection of Evil, which followed the story of a main antagonist after the events of Doom 3. Now, This really set the stage for additional FPS horror titles to emerge shortly after its release, so Doom yet again reimagined the first-person genre for a second time in just over 11 years. Honestly, what other game can you say that about? That they have changed an entire genre twice within the last decade? That's right, exactly, none of them. That's how many. Then, after Doom 3's DLC wrapped up, a lot of things changed over at ID Software. Tom Holland sold the company to Bethesda Studios for $100 million back in 2009, and then he left the company as the CEO in 2013 to pursue his own work. Bethesda then put out some lackluster titles using the assets from ID Software, and Doom ultimately lay dormant for a long time, 12 years to be exact. Now, the core principles it established so long ago remained embedding in the first-person genre ever since it came out. And in 2016, when all hope for the fans was for a new Doom game to be coming out, all that doubt got squashed and we received a blessing. Doom 2016 hit the shelves, and yet again it revolutionized the first-person genre. The over-the-top action and diversification of the new glory kills made fans of a classic Doom and new players alike feel that they truly were playing Doom once again, as they did in the early 90s. Now, they feel like they actually had a Doom of the future that they always imagined they would want since Doom 3's time. And in its glory, 4 years later, fans have received yet another installment of the rich universe of Doom with Doom Eternal. Now, releasing in March of 2020, 4 years after the reboot of the entire series, Doom Eternal took all the things good in Doom 2016 and amplified it 10 times once again. So this honestly proves that Doom has stood the test of time and ultimately will continue to do so as long as they provide fans with what they want, which is gratuitous violence against the demon hordes of hell. Now, this is why I believe Doom is the best first-person shooter, but let me know what your thoughts of Doom down is in the comments below. As always, I'm Casey Chains. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button to become part of the Chain Gang family, and also leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it. Also, I live stream on Twitch, so go ahead and go follow me over there with the link in the description as well. But until next time, I'll see you in the next video. Deuces.